Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to everybody. First things first, can I get an audio video check, please? So, it's Father's Day today, and it's Sunday. Yeah, I went and bought myself a new Blackstone grill this morning. I've been wanting one of those forever, and I got to use it. I'm sorry, I didn't get. I'm not going to get to use it till tomorrow because my father-in-law insisted on grilling everything at his house before he brought it over here, which I told him I would cook everything. But it's Father's Day; he can do what he wants. Anywho, what's everybody up to this weekend? Hopefully, everybody's having some nice weather. Our weather here is it's very beautiful outside, but it's also very hot. And when I say hot, I mean it's like surface of the sun, like open up the door and it might feel like Satan farts in your face. Kind of a weird way to describe it, but hey. What's up, Ian? How you doing, buddy? Skipper, what's going on, man? But yeah, I don't know about everybody else, but down here in Florida, it's about 8,550 degrees right now. So, I do have a topic for today. I want to talk about the dark and evil thing that is social media and social media hobby groups. Because some of the stuff I read in there, it either makes me want to slap myself in the face or just like run my head into a wall. So I belong to some of these groups. I usually try to stick to the ones that I know are not gonna have a ton of trolls, like the moderators and whatever, actually do their jobs in these groups. But there was one that I just recently left that somebody asked a question. They got a certain size tank, and they asked, what would you guys put in it? You get all these good answers like I'd put angelfish in it, or I'd put African cichlids in it, or I'd put bikers in it, or what have you. You always get that one person, the one person that's like, I put water in it. Well, no, really? Like, that's so funny. I almost fell off my dinosaur. Like, bonus points to tell me what movie that's from. Anyways, I can't stand these groups. It drives me absolutely crazy. Like, is that all you do? You sit around all day waiting for somebody to ask a question so you can just put some dumb 12-year-old answer in there. Hey, Beantown, what's going on, Bobby? Petro Man, good to see you. Anyways, as you can see, I'm flying solo today. Eddie, it's his mother's birthday today, so he's spending his day with his mom. That's an awesome thing to be able to do that. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Ian. I'm trying to keep it at least PG rated. I may drop a couple. I may drop a couple minor swear words during this stream, just forewarning in case anybody's got their kids watching. It's not going to be anything like super bad, but if something might slip out, I'm just forewarning you now. But I mean, it'll make you go crazy. Thankfully we have YouTube. Like there's some There's some idiots on YouTube too, but thankfully we have YouTube where we can do things like this and come into a live stream and ask questions and get legitimate answers for the most part. I mean, if anybody's got any social media experiences, feel free to put them in chat, and we'll talk about it. But I'm going to keep going with mine. But where you get the ones, it's nothing but fish police. Like, you post a picture, and without even asking you any questions about anything, like what size tank it is, they'll tell you your tank's too small without even seeing her. They'll tell you you don't. Hang on. Sorry, I got people over that are in the pool. But yeah, they'll just tell you your tank's not big enough. You don't feed your fish enough. Well, are you in my house every day? Do you watch me feed my fish? You got cameras in my house. Are you watching me? Are you creepy? What? There he goes. Apparently, when you tell somebody on your live stream and they don't pay attention. Sorry about that, y'all. Paul McCarthy, hello. So y'all bear with me. I spent 4 hours out in the sun yesterday, and my brain is fried. So bear with me. Let's see, Ian says, I tried to post a picture of my Oscar in a group. He was in a 55, which isn't right. But I got plain fish police on my ass. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, no, 55 isn't right, but I'm sure, knowing you, I'm sure you had future plans for that thing. So, but people just need to, people are so quick to just it's like they're just waiting there for something like that to come along. They're chomping at the bit just to ruin somebody's day or make some stupid comment. Yeah, see, he was pretty small and in perfect health. I mean, I can't argue with you. You man. Anywho, I had a pair of lemon Oscars in a 75 gallon. I mean, and the lemon Oscars I actually rehomed to a friend of mine, and now I have these two back here. This is a 125 behind me, so they're a plenty big enough tank. Oh yeah, for sure. Petro man, a 150 would be plenty. I've got a pair in this 125, and they're fine. They're both about 7-8 inches right now. So yeah, you should be fine with that, Petro. Adele, we are doing great. My brain's a little fried from the sun from yesterday and spending a couple hours in the pool earlier, but other than that, we are doing spectacular. How is everything in the land of the Aussie? Yeah, just, just a little bit more than Dell. I mean, like the heat index yesterday was like 110 plus 800% humidity. If anybody has if anybody has me on Facebook, I'm sure you saw my video I posted where my hair was like this big from the heat and the humidity. Uh, you can, Adele, you can send some of that cold weather this way. Trust me, you can send the cold weather back here. I'll take it. As long as I don't have no snow, I'll take it. Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, I belong to a few groups that are pretty good. It's for the most part people, people post their fish and nobody says anything stupid, and there's really no fish police because they're usually, once they show themselves, they're usually banned. But because it's just not, it's you know, my biggest thing is you got a lot of new people that join these groups. They're going in there expecting to get help, and then you come across somebody like that. I mean, for a new person, that'll make you want to quit. Thinking everybody in the fish keeping hobby is a condescending jerk. That's why every time I'm in those groups and I see that going on, I'm like, oh, you can ask, you can message me directly, and I will help you. And that goes for anybody in here. Find me on Facebook. It's you know my name, Eric Furlow, and message me directly, and I will do what I can to help you. If not, I can find somebody who will. Paul McCarthy says it's 58 degrees. Wow, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I think I was watching. Who was I watching? He did a live stream pretty much on the same subject last week. I think it was Palmer Aquatics. He had some good points too. Like he's actually creating a group, or he revamped his own group to where they're going to start cracking down on people like that. Big Easy, how you doing, man? Yeah, you can have the sun. I hate the sun. The only time the sun's good is to grow plants. Ian says it's 60 there. It's been in the low 50s to mid 70s all month. We should be having warm weather by now. Yeah, I mean I think the whole entire East Coast right now, for the most part, with the exception of up north where I'm from in central New York, is hell. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. People were leaving, and yeah. Kenny E, what is going on? Whips World, there you are, brother. How you doing today? Happy Father's Day to everybody just coming in. We are talking about social media hobby groups and the wonderful trolls that exist in them. So if anybody's got 2 cents to add, please do. We will talk about it. I will pin it up on the screen and we will talk about it. Scott's, what's going on, man? Yeah, been Facebook's been going down for a long time. Really, the only reason I'm on it is to try to help promote my YouTube channel and keep up with some family and friends that don't live near me. But other than that, I've got really no use for it. Honestly, I hate to admit it, but I enjoy TikTok a little more than Facebook because you really don't have to talk to people if you don't want to. All you do is just flip through the screen and people are doing dumb stuff and you either laugh at it or say it's stupid and move on. Yeah, I've heard of Discord, but I've never really tried it. I'm kind of funny about trying new things. It took my wife 2 years to get me to get a TikTok account. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that I have one. Yeah, it's easy to ignore. Like, a whole other subject is like people that get offended by stuff on Facebook. It's a wonderful thing that you can just keep scrolling and scrolling and not have to. Yeah, maybe I'll try Discord in the future. I don't know. I got enough going on right now. And there's Miss Zen Ginger. How are you? I don't know. Instagram. I like it. I have an Instagram account, but I rarely post anything on there. Instagram is kind of boring to me. Yeah, still figuring out Discord. Yeah, like I said, maybe I'll try it. I don't know. I have enough trouble figuring YouTube out and all that good stuff. It's good to see everyone. Good to see Bunny Viper. Yeah, Fish Fam on YouTube, and all I do on YouTube is this and watch other people's streams and videos and um, listen to music, which is when I'm at work. Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you, Zenny. Zen Ginger's on top of it, as always. Anybody that streams that has her in her streams should have her as a mod because she is wonderful. The key to Facebook is who gives a crap if you offend somebody? Just be you. People will follow or they won't. Block the troublemakers, scroll past the crap, and watch the cat memes. There you go. That's it. Just keep scrolling. Just like if you hear something you don't like on the radio, it's got these wonderful things called knobs. Turn it off. Change the channel. I'm sorry, guys. I keep kneeing my makeshift desk here. Because that's how we do things at Furloughs Aquatics. We do everything ghetto. Just kidding. Got to work with what I got, people. Yeah, watch the cat memes, watch the reels because there's some funny stuff on there. And I don't know, I've laughed more at TikTok, some of these TikTok videos than I have at anything else. Some of these people that the crap they get themselves into just to become TikTok famous is crazy. Yeah, TikTok is for the devil. You know, I said that for the longest time, and I swore to God I would never get a TikTok account. And like I said, my wife finally, you should get on TikTok. It'll be good to, promote outside of YouTube and this and that. Okay. Yes, honey. I don't know. I still say TikTok's for the devil, but there is some funny stuff on there. Anyway, so I don't know if anybody's seen my part one video of the fixing up the fish shed, but hopefully within the next 2 weekends I'll be starting on that. I've got to clear it out first. I got to get a window unit AC in there and let it run for a while to cool it down and see how well it's insulated. See what all I need to do, if I even need to add any kind of like foam board or anything to the windows or walls. So, Garcia, good to meet you too. Thanks for coming through, man. It's kind of going about the same right now, Bobby. I was just saying, I gotta get it cleared out. My father-in-law is gonna help me because he works construction, and so do I. And I got a stupid cheap French door on there right now that's falling apart that I'm gonna rip off and reframe it to a single door, one with probably a small window, if any window at all, just to keep the ambient light going through there. Because I don't need no algae in all my fish tanks when they get out there. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a job, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have one side for YouTube, the other side is going to have all the aquariums. And I always like tearing stuff down just to rebuild it into something beautiful. Last thing I got to do is put some new shingles on it. A lot of social media is like that. Even on YouTube, I'll find myself just scrolling through a wave of content. I do that every morning when I wake up. I'm up at 5 o'clock every morning, and if somebody's not streaming, then I'm usually just flipping through YouTube or Facebook, just going down a rabbit hole. Eddie's doing good. It's his mom's birthday today, so he took the day off from streaming with me to go spend with her, which is awesome. And we're working on it. I haven't. He's a busy guy. I believe he works 2 jobs, so it's hard for him to sit down and actually make a channel. But I'm working on it. I'm also working on convincing him to get some kind of reptile in his house. But we're working on it, Zenny. Rip said he removed TikTok from his phone. He got a virus. Ooh, yeah, I have to keep an eye out for that because that makes sense on that app. Anywho, yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's so much easier when you got a person like when I got Eddie on here with me because I can talk and he can look at chat, or I can look at chat and he can talk. So I apologize. I apologize. Let's see. Ian wants a reptile, but his roommate say no. I wonder how easy it would be for me to keep one in my room. They never go in there. Probably pretty easy because reptiles are pretty quiet, honestly. As long as you keep the enclosure clean, they don't smell. So you should be good to go if you can sneak it in there without them noticing. Bateson's got his 183 feet in the air right now, another foot up and 20 across the room to go. So are you building a rack for it, or what are you doing there, Bateson? Yeah, unless you get a small little freezer for your room, Ian, and keep them in there. Where there's a will, there's a way, my friend. Where there's a will, there's a way. I did see it, Whip. Man, I can't wait to watch more of that. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that. Let's see. Zen Ginger says, according to the research folks, TikTok doesn't pose any more risk to a user than any other social media sharing application. So Facebook and Instagram aren't any good. Just don't hope it works. Yeah. Very, very true. Snakes are pretty awesome. I'll tell you that. For me, it's ball pythons. I do like some of the boas, but boas can be a little more temperamental than ball pythons. Just the one we have. I had a baby red-tailed boa, and I wound up rehoming him because he wouldn't even let me get him out of this enclosure. He was just a mean son of a gun. Hey, Killer Kitty, what's going on, man? Good to see you. And yes, Money Pit was a Tom Hanks movie, and he actually, I believe John named his channel after that movie. Yes, I would go with ball pythons. I don't know if you've already got your mind made up and you didn't even ask for my opinion, but I'm gonna give it. I'll give it to you anyways. Yeah, Brazilian rainbow boa. We have one of those. It's a beautiful snake. Or do we have the Brazilian or the Colombian? I can't remember. I think we have the Brazilian. I have to ask my wife. We've got so much stuff. We got so much stuff in this house. It's hard to keep track of everything. Yeah, it's not just fish. I got a whole back that way. I got a whole room full of reptiles. The hognoses are pretty cool too, and they stay. They get about 3 feet long, I believe. They don't get terribly big. They got a decent temperament too. When I help out at the pet store, they usually have me feed them, and they're one of the easier ones to get out and feed. Winnie says hello, everybody. Yeah, that's a sign of having too many critters and getting older, having CRS. Can't remember. Finish the sentence. I also can't hear very good either. Yeah, too much stuff, not enough house. Exactly. That's why we're always on the lookout for a new place, but we want to get one with some property. So it's like I told John when they first when he first told me that they were getting that property. I was like, man, you're going to be living my dream, man, and they deserve every second of it. Beautiful house, 4 acres of property, extra buildings for business, and the fish room. I mean, what more could you possibly ask for? But yeah, just to tell you how much stuff we actually have in our house, I have a 40 40 gallon breeder with a bearded dragon in on my dining room table because I couldn't find anywhere else to put him. Oh, that's right. Ian, I remember that picture. Yeah, I had only ever seen bigger bikers. I never seen them when they were babies, and they have the gills on the outside, just like an axolotl, similar similar to an axolotl. Because I got a baby Endlecari probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and that's the one I posted that you saw, Ian. And I was honestly hoping that they would stay like that when he got bigger. Because I mean, how cool would that look? A biker with those exterior gills, external gills coming out of the head. I have no idea, Ian. All I know is it's a super old species. I mean, they date back almost, if not to, like the dinosaur times. So they've been around for a long time, and I have no clue what or why they do that. I would have to look it up. I know they can. I know they can breathe out of water for a period of time. I do know that much. So I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. But other than that, I've got no clue. But it was damn cool when I got them because I mean, it was just the coolest looking thing ever. Looked like a dragon. That's exactly what it reminded me of. It was like a flying dragon. He says, my problem is I have a house in the suburbs and 10 acres in the middle of nowhere. I need to get them together. Dang. So that's when you get like a double wide, like a nice size double wide, and put it on that 10 acres and go from there. And if I lived where you live, I would be begging you to buy like 5 acres of your property. Yeah, now they don't have those the gills on the outside anymore. They sunk in, so now they just look like a regular. Now he just looks like a regular biker. And I got my big ornates that. Oh, he's hiding real good now. Oh no, he's right here. That's my big ornate biker right there. Yeah, he's getting to be about 13 to 14 inches long. I bought him when he was 3 to 4 inches long. That was the order size, anyways, from the fish store. Yeah, that is expensive, but that's exactly where I want to be. Is the middle of nowhere, away. I don't want neighbors 10 feet away from me. I don't want to hear sirens every day. Yeah, I would at least need Wi-Fi so I can do my YouTube stuff. But other than that, I can. I'm a good hunter. I'm a good fisherman. I'm good at making things work, so I can figure it out all except the Wi-Fi because I don't have that kind of a brain. I'm not Elon Musk. Like I said, I'm good at ripping things down and building things back up. But yeah, the Dalhezy. Yeah, I bought I bought the Endlecari and the Dalhezy at the same time, and they both had them, and they just look so cool swimming around back and forth in the tank like that. Yeah, it takes a while for them to go away too. Surprising. Like I've had those two small ones for I don't know. Like I think I said I had the Endlecari for about 4 or 5, like 3 to 4 to 5 months, and I bought the Dalhezy at the same time, and it took forever for those things to go away. That's why I was kind of thinking they might stay, but you know, evolution is evolution. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot. I forgot that they did that. I got to find that picture again. But hopefully, again, back to the shed. Hopefully, when I when I move everything out there, that'll give us room to at least some room to breathe in the house without all these. Every corner you turn, there's a fish tank or a snake or a gecko or a bearded dragon. I don't know. I feel like the with the bikers in, I feel like so far I've got ornate bikers, I've got a Dalhezy, I've got the Endlecari, and I have a long fin uh, dinosaur biker, and I feel like the ornates grow the fastest out of mine. I mean, I feed them all. I feed them all the same stuff, just different sizes, and I feel like the uh, ornate grows a lot faster. Chili Head Aquatics, what is going on, man? Adele says she's dying to go off the grid. The world isn't what it is anymore. Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. But anyways, let's not get into that. Still only 20 minutes from Bucky's and one way, and 30 minutes from a Walmart. The other one only about 7 miles to the closest gas convenience store, so it's off in the hills but civilized-ish. That's perfect. So I remember my hey Carrie, welcome, welcome. Hold on, my dog's going crazy. But yeah, it's good to live. It's good to live out like in the middle of nowhere, but you still want to have stores and stuff around, just in case. 'Cause, like I remember my dad moved to Arizona with my aunt when they lived there, and he lasted about 6 months and moved back to New York because he said it was like 17 miles to the nearest gas station, and then like an hour to the closest store. So yeah, you need to when you live out where he was living, you got to like plan your trips to get gas and everything to make sure you have enough gas to even get to the gas station. Find the right partner and block land. I have the knowledge to set a lot of things up and done a lot of research. Got my seed bank, food stuff. Yeah. It's all a matter of having the means to do it, Adele. Whip says I got the same issue with my Oscars. Ian, I lost my 2-year-old albino and replaced him with a new albino red. The issue is the new guy is an inch and a half. Got a long way to go before intros. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Oscars is they grow fast. Whip, they go really fast. These guys, these two I had in here, I've had them less than a year, and they're pushing like they're between 7 and 9 inches long. So I've had them for like 6 months, I believe. It's all in what you feed them too. I mean, I'm a firm believer, and I mean, I never want to power like what I call power grow things, but like it's all in what you feed them. Like I feed these guys like all my fish when they're little. If they're carnivores, I feed them black worms, and that seems to help them grow pretty good too. It's really good for them too. And then once they get bigger, I'll cut up little chunks of tilapia or shrimp or what have you. I feed them red wigglers or earthworms, whatever you want to call them. I mean, my local fish store sells the red wigglers. We feed them to our axolotls, but my wife fed some to this tank one day and found out that they really like it. So now I get a container just for these guys right here, and they go nuts over them. But yeah, like Ian said, with that Oscar will grow faster than you think. And Paul McCarthy says his Oscars have been bickering. Like, what kind of bickering? Are they hurting each other? Or are they going like mouth to mouth? Or like how bad are they bickering? Yeah, for those that aren't super familiar with Oscars, if you do a water change and you see them laying on the bottom, they're not dying. They're having a temper tantrum. I just want to put that out there. I probably have two of the moodiest Oscars when it comes to water changes that I've ever seen in my life. Let's see, Akaras. Let's see. Zen wants to know if anybody has experience with Akaras. She's got two albino thread fins, and they are good, but they're just sort of sulk around fiddling with the sand until we come to the tank and they get so excited. But there's only two of them in a community tank. Wondering if we took them out and got a few more, they'd be happier. Some folks say they're more social, some say it doesn't matter. I've never kept those particular Akaras, but I have kept the electric blues, and I had a school of about, I think I had 5 or 6 of them, and I know for sure I had at least 2 females in there. So, and they seemed really happy together. I mean, you might want to try to get a few more and throw them in there with them. But then on the flip side, I've got the 2 royal Akaras in this tank behind me, and one of them, which I'm pretty sure is a male because he's bigger than the other, is the female stays right under this cave right here, and the male's all over the place. I mean, the female comes out to eat and all that, but I'm almost wanting to say they might have eggs in there. I can't see in there, and I don't want to disturb the rock. But yeah, I mean, if you've got the tank space, I would try adding a few more. Yeah, that's why I got these 2 behind me, because when I got rid of my lemons, I missed them so much, and I had to have Oscars again. I can't have a fish tank without Oscars in it. And this guy, that's my holy grail fish right there. I know I told y'all last week, that's my starry night, and I had to have him. And when he dies, I'm going to get another one, which hopefully isn't for an extremely long time. And then says she thinks she has a pair. They don't really come out unless you're feeding them. I feel like they're sad, but I might be. Anthropomorphizing fish. I don't know about that, Zen. I mean, some fish like to be in bigger groups. I mean, they're not necessarily schooling fish, but I mean, they might just like to have their own little community. Like I said, my electric blues were pretty happy with how many I had in there with them. It was like anywhere between 5 and 7, I think, is what I had. I can't remember. I was trying to breed them; they wouldn't breed. I rehomed them to Eddie. That's what we were talking about last week. I rehomed them to Eddie, and the first day he had them, they laid eggs. I don't know where he's, Silver Creek. Thanks for coming in, and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you. And if you're not a father, then happy Father's Day to any of the fathers in your life. The one keeps puffing his gills up. Yeah, they might just be trying to establish now. How long have you had them, Paul? Because I mean, they could be just be trying to establish dominance, or one might be becoming more dominant than the other, or it could be like a leadership change. Fish are funny like that. Definitely keep an eye on them though. Make sure they're not hurting each other. No missing scales or sores or anything like that. Oh yeah, Oscars are some of the most personable fish I've ever had. I mean, the only other fish I have that are almost as personable as them is my blood parrots. I've had that pair for going on almost probably 4 years now. That's the longest pair of fish I've ever had is my blood parrots. And they were like this. They were like the size of maybe a quarter to a 50-cent piece when I bought them. And I put those two fish through hell. And the reason why I've kept them so long and haven't rehomed them is because at one point something happened. My tank got nuked, and they were the only survivors, and they got covered in ick, and I had them in quarantine. I brought them back, and that was the first fish I ever saved from dying. So yeah, I got a little bit of a connection to them. That was right before I got heavy back into the hobby, and that's what got me back into the hobby was those two fish. Finally realizing that I can, try and, at least try and prevent fish from dying. Can't save them all, but at least you can try. Flowerhorns, I've never kept one. I do like them. They've got some wild colors for sure. I like having a tank with more than one fish in it. That's the only thing that stopped me from keeping them. And that's another reason why I don't have bigger South Americans like Dovi or Red Devils and stuff like that, because you really can't keep much with them. And as you can see, most of the people in here have seen my tanks before. And, when I had my African tank, which I don't have anymore, I had it pretty loaded down. But I also had two FX6s running the tank. But I do like Flowerhorn, so I would like to keep one day. Just right now, I don't have the room for a good sized tank for them for just one fish. We do have 5 minutes left, so I appreciate everybody coming in. Sorry Eddie wasn't here, but like I said, it's his mama's birthday today, so I think he was taking her out to lunch and going to spend the day with her. So yeah, they almost always have to be a solo fish, and they're so aggressive with other fish. I know my local pet land, which I only go into ever so often because they sell one thing that my local mom and pop doesn't sell, and they can't get it in. So I have to go there for that one thing. And they've got a tank full of little baby Flowerhorn. They're about this big. I don't know what kind they are. It just says Flowerhorn. They probably don't even know what kind they are. Yeah, for sure. And like Whip said, if you get a Flowerhorn, post some content because I will watch it just to be able to learn something about them. Because all I know is they get big, they have a beach ball on their head, and they get mean. And I know it's not called a beach ball, but it's called a nuco hump. Oh, there's one of the royal cars right there. I don't know if you can see him that well. But this guy right here, that's the male. He's kind of like he kind of reminds me of a green terror, but just a little bit fatter. Yeah, I'll have to swing over by your channel and see if I can see the shorts. Yeah, those Royal cars are pretty cool. They're my local mom and pop store got them in, and I'd never heard of them before. I don't know if anybody in here has ever heard of them or kept them, but they're a pretty cool fish. It's like a little more mild version of a green terror. I would compare it to. Oh yeah, I know. I don't. I found a baby bird in the yard yesterday. I was mowing the grass. I almost ran it over. Thankfully, I didn't. And it was a fledgling, so it was probably fell out of the tree trying to fly. So I just kind of like moved it out of the way into the shade because it was, like I said, it was like 8,500 degrees yesterday. I'm sure it was hot, but I just picked it up and moved it. Yeah, I don't like putting animals down or anything like that. I mean, like if I go hunting, like at least it's to feed us, just to not just to shoot an animal and hang a rack on the wall. I don't hunt for that. Plus, I haven't been hunting in about 5 years, anyways. But let's see. I decided not. I'm just not a big fish girl. At least, sorry about that, y'all. That's my other dog, Dallas, deciding he wants to make his presence known. But anyways, Zen says I've decided I'm not a big fish girl. At least when an fish die, you might not even notice, and the cleanup crew often do the dirty work. Big fish, you're probably yeah. I mean that's one of the bad things about big fish. But every time I keep small fish, they don't last for me. I like my big fish. But anyways, guys, we are at the hour mark. I do appreciate everybody coming in. I'm sorry if it was a little different today without Eddie. I apologize. Um, but I do appreciate everybody. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. And we will see you guys next Sunday. Take her easy and happy Father's Day and happy Sunday to everybody.